What it do, Yoni tribe? I know that you guys have missed me. We haven't had a tribal session in a very long time, but like I always tell you, I just want to bring you topics that are relevant and things that also affect my life. So today we're going to be talking about how to reignite your sex life. And obviously this is not necessarily strictly for people who are already having sex. These are things and just different tools that you can kind of incorporate into your lifestyle. If you're going to have sex for the first time, if you have been having sex for a long time, if you're in a relationship, or even if it's just a new relationship, I'm going to give you just 5 simple tools, 5 things that you can do and incorporate into your lifestyle to reignite your sex life. So let's get into it. So the first thing that I want to tell you guys, which might seem cliche, but it's not as cliche as people make it out to be, is getting comfortable in your body. And this doesn't necessarily have to be sexual. A lot of people always say, oh, play with yourself and then you'll be able to effectively communicate. And I'm not trying to take away from that, but there's different ways of getting comfortable with your body. And what I recommend is movement. Either movement or just getting sensual in your body. And the way that you can do this is by either doing yoga or you can do dance. So I love dancing, and it doesn't have to be you going to a dance class. I incorporate dancing into my everyday routine when I'm putting lotion on my body. So I stand in front of the mirror and I feel myself and I enjoy and I embrace the different parts of me, and this kind of creates a lot of awareness about my body, my physical body, but it also grounds me in the things that I like and dislike about my body. And there's nothing wrong with disliking things about yourself. It's kind of also just, a way to, I always feel like there's room for improvement, but it shouldn't affect you psychologically to the point where you're harming yourself or others. So feel on your body, move with the music. You can even put music on whilst you're showering, because this is something that can create, just love for your body, and that translates crazily when you're actually having sex with your partner. So getting to know your body also creates more awareness for you getting to know your partner's body in a very sensual way, and I feel like movement is perfect for that. So the second thing that I absolutely love to do, and I feel like it's probably one of the most important tools that I'm about to give you, is to reactivate your dopamine with new experiences. Like doing crazy, new, exciting, scary things, like moving to a new country, is something that can create and heighten your level of bonding and intimacy with your partner. So obviously moving to a complete new country is very scary, but it can also be exciting. It's something that you're creating with your partner in terms of adventure, and this level of intimacy and bonding can obviously translate into the bedroom. And it doesn't again have to be as crazy as moving to a new country. It could be going on a hike, it could be having a picnic. It's anything that just is something out of the ordinary, out of your mundane daily lifestyle, that will definitely translate into the bedroom, because you'll feel like you've just done something crazy together, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe we did that, or wow, that was really scary but we came out of it, and it really creates intensity in terms of attraction as well. So reactivate your dopamine by doing crazy new experiences, either scary, exciting, both, whatever the case may be, but there's so many different things you can do, and it doesn't have to be every day, it doesn't have to be every week. It could be once a month where you're like, okay, we're gonna go bungee jumping, and you get excited for it. The anticipation of doing something like that and the come down from the adrenaline of actually doing it together as a partner, as a couple, will take your sex life to the top. So try yourselves out. Number 3. Now, obviously everyone thinks vacation means sex, and yes, it probably does, but going away together, which is the tool that I think that you guys should incorporate into your lifestyle, it doesn't have to be centered around sex. It can be about escaping, it can be about relaxing, it can be about just connecting with your partner, and again, increasing the level of intimacy and bonding that you have with your partner. The sex will come, the sex will definitely be there, but getting out of your everyday space and doing something that is centered around you and your partner only, but also, to kind of create that closeness, is something that will definitely translate back into the bedroom, and you'll feel it in the sense of, you would have already created that bonding, that intimacy outside of the bedroom. I always say, what you do outside of the bedroom is way more important than what you do inside the bedroom from a psychological, from a holistic point of view, psychological, physical, all of that, you know, exercise, yoga, centering yourself, all of those things definitely contribute back to the bedroom. But sometimes it's hard to kind of, you know, do it in the same space all the time, and being in a different complete space, going on holiday, relaxing and enjoying your partner will create that closeness and connection, and again will then translate back into your sex life. So go on a getaway, go on a vacation, but don't make sex the center. And if it's there, enjoy it, and if it's not, just enjoy being in each other's space. So number 4, actually I feel like I like all my tools, because number 4 is also quite exciting. It is watching an watching an erotic movie together. And this is not your mainstream porn, guys. This is not your, oh my gosh, choke her, yes daddy, yes. It's literally erotic. So people have gone as far as writing erotic stories and sending it to different platforms to actually create the visuals that go according to the written scripts or whatever the case may be. And these are more authentic, they are female friendly, they are queer friendly, and they are couple friendly, which is so important. And I think a lot of people are so tired of just seeing the typical mainstream porn, which is also very centered around the man's pleasure, and it's both men and women who are feeling this strain or feeling like there's this disconnect. So different platforms have been created. I will give you a list of the different, you know, platforms that you can go onto to actually access this erotic porn and erotic movies, and it is beautiful. And when you do this together, again, it creates that level of intimacy, it creates, you know, closeness, but it also kind of, it's something that's relatable. You can see yourself in every story. So it's not something that's a little far-fetched or unattainable. So I would definitely recommend that you watch an erotic movie together. It's sensual, it's steamy, it's sexy, but it's also very informative and educational because you can relate and see yourself in the different stories. So the last tool that I want to give you to reignite your sex life is a little awkward. It can be at the beginning, but once you kind of get into it, you'll realize the benefits are very important. So that is mutual masturbation, or just watching your partner masturbate. Masturbation obviously relieves a lot of stress. It is good for you, it's healthy, which is a great catalyst for actually getting to the sex. So, you know, and it also encourages closeness. That intimacy and watching your partner enjoy themselves and pleasure themselves can not only be a learning tool, but it can also just be a way to see your partner in a vulnerable space. And when you are able to get vulnerable with the person that you trust, it brings about a lot more closeness. So mutual masturbation, or just watching your partner masturbate, is so important for bringing that connection and that intimacy with your partner. But it's also, like I said, a really great tool to learn the pace, the pressure, the faces, the whatever it is that the person's doing that will get them to that level of pleasure or that heightened sense of sensation is definitely something that you want to kind of look out for. It's less awkward when you're being watched, and that's why I suggest mutual masturbation, because then you're watching each other and you're not only focusing on what the other person's doing, because you're also trying to pleasure yourself, but it gives you an opportunity to just see your partner in a vulnerable space, which brings about closeness. So yeah, get to the mutual masturbation. If you guys have any other tools that you would kind of like to incorporate into this list, like I said, it was just 5, but I feel like all of these 5 kind of touch on different, like all your senses, your taste, your smell, your, you know, the 5 senses. It literally touches on every single one. So it's at this point that you guys definitely want to subscribe and hit the notifications bell. Thank you for being a part of this tribal session. I will try my utmost best not to be gone for as long as I usually am, but I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and give it a thumbs up if you did.